So my name's Andy from Painting Sounds, and I wanted to show you something which I call sonic journaling, but it's basically jamming. It's basically what it is. It's mindful. It's mindful sound. So basically, it's making a noise of some sort and then sort of reflecting upon it. And I call it sonic journaling because that's basically what it is. So to give you a little bit of context for this, I'm autistic, so I have problems like getting my words out sometimes. So for me, I find it easier to just make music instead. And I don't know if it's a man thing or what it is, but basically, yeah, in some situations I think it's easier to articulate something in an abstract way than it is to actually write it down. So that's why I call it sonic journaling, because in effect it is a type of journaling, but you're not using words, you're using instruments. So I thought I'd show you on the drums first of all, and then I'll show you on other stuff what I mean. So these are steel tongue drums. These are Ravs basically. They're from Russia, so I don't know if you can even get them anymore. I haven't tried. But there are other types, Gouda, which are from Ukraine. They're brilliant if you can get a hold of one. And there are pulsars in Poland as well. There's some really amazing drums out there. So anyway, these are big steel tongue drums. But they give you an idea of the sort of thing that I would sort of do. So basically, if I've had sort of like, I'll get to the end of the day, and I might feel a little bit all over the place or whatever, I will basically start playing a bit of a rhythm, and it will just be like two keys. So this is the same note being played, and then I might just start to play and just might be a bit reflective. I might finally go, oh. Reflective. What I'll do is I might just put another beat in there, so like maybe like a bit of a waltz, like a skip, and I change it up if I feel like, oh yeah, actually I want to sort of change it up. I want to feel a little bit more brighter. So how I feel when I play it like that. So I might feel like annoyed, in which case I like, well okay, then I'll go back to what I was doing before. I go, oh, this is much more like how I feel today. So maybe I just need to take it slower. Maybe I just need to rest. Whereas if I go to something a bit more upbeat, and I go, oh yeah, that's what I need, then I know that I'm ready to just release basically. And that's how I use drums in the case of sonic journaling. I'll see how I feel if I play something load of minors and a bit slower, and I go, oh yeah, that feels more like me. I feel a bit more reflective today. I'm just going to stay and hang out in this sort of reflective mode until I feel like I've really let go of whatever issues are in my head. I might not even know what those issues are. Quite often I'm a man, I've got no idea what's going on in my head, so I'll just basically play along until I feel better. If I feel like, oh, actually I want to change it up, I'll change it up, and I'll go, oh yeah, actually I'm ready now. Or sometimes I'll just be pissed off and I'll just find myself like trying to do crescendos. See how I feel afterwards. And I go, yeah, actually that's what I needed to do. I needed to just bang out a few notes and then I feel a bit better. I mean, you could argue you could do the same thing with exercise. So you could do some yoga first of all, maybe see how you feel at that, and then maybe try and do something a little bit more that pushes you a little bit more, and like, actually, yeah, I'm ready to push through this now. Yeah, feel more energized. Or you might just go, no, I just want to hang out and downward dog and just rest, or maybe I'll just go to child's pose. So you could do some sort of movement journaling, maybe even. That's the drums. You don't have to have these big drums or gongs to do it. You could do something else. You could use like a Himalayan bowl. So these vary in sort of price and stuff. Like the smaller ones are obviously a lot cheaper, they're like near 50 quid. This one's a bit more. This is more like 300, but it's engraved and all the rest of it. So anyway, I've got a broken finger at the moment, so you just have to bear with me with the tape. But this is how you would use a Himalayan bowl in sonic journaling. So first of all, like the drum, you're just playing it. First of all, you're like, oh, that's quite high. I'm playing it on the rim. So I'm playing it angled. So maybe I'll come down lower. And it's harder to make it sing lower. But patience, probably can't hear it. It's slower and it's lower. And it forces you to go slower, basically. Sound can be a great teacher, depending on how you play it, basically. But generally, with Himalayan bowls, play them closer up to the rim with a shinier sort of wand, and you make a higher noise, higher sound. Whereas if you go lower down in the bowl with maybe like a suede type wand or puja, then you'll get a lower note. This is quite an old puja now. The wand is incredibly worn, so it's very, very shiny, so that's why it's making a lot of higher notes as well. And lastly, crystal pyramids. So these are fairly new instruments. I've only really noticed them in the last year or so. These are quite cheap, to be honest with you. You could pick up like 30, 40, 50 quid for like a little one. And you just play it very gently. And you're just listening to the sound fade. Or you play it up higher and you get like a higher noise. So lower down for the lower tone, up higher for the higher tone. Maybe move it around without hitting yourself in the face. Or you can spin it. So if you're feeling like you want to sort of just stop and relax, then what you'll probably be doing is going lower and going slower. Whereas if you feel like you're stuck on something, then my advice is do some breath work first of all, and then play one of these. And when you feel relaxed, just shake it about a bit. And let it just die away. And then notice how you feel afterwards. It's still going. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, that is how you could use instruments to journal. basically, when you don't feel like putting stuff into words, or when it's too difficult, or you just don't know what to say, or you don't really know what's going on in your head. Sometimes it's just easy just to reach for a bowl or a drum and just play, and it doesn't have to be anything. I would play with these with my fingers, but don't catch a cricket ball badly. So you could just play a rhythm. So it doesn't even have to be like a steel tongue drum. You can pick up smaller ones for like £100, £80. These are obviously a lot bigger, but you could pick up like a smaller, like a happy drum for like £80, £100. You don't have to spend hundreds. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.